All right, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. We are live, okay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Listen, guys, I had a tremendous busy day today. I had to go to Best Buy and go get me some wireless headphones because the headphones I got wasn't the best. And I said, I finally upgraded y'all to some Beats headphones, okay? They small, but they get the job done. Nice, clear, wireless headphones. I said I finally upgrade to some Beats headphones, okay? And it was quite pricey. Got some Beats headphones. So I was like, okay, I gotta get in the gym. And I go to the gym every single day. And I having a good time, you know what I'm saying, working on the outfits and all of that. And I saw this shirt. I just love those roses. I just love the roses. And I said, oh, I'm gonna wear this on camera today. And I got some other outfits coming too, because you know when you do episodes, you got to look good for the camera and all of that. So I'm looking for a company to put something on my wall. I'm looking for a company for that to put something on my wall. Really quickly to do something on my wall. Hold on, let me move this. Give me a second. Let me move this out the way. Woo! Put that right over there. All right. I don't like that coat. So there we go. Make it clutter free. All right. So yeah, I gotta put something on my wall, so I don't have to be just a plain white wall. So super excited for that. I'm just so excited to be back here for another episode of the Wiley Show. I'm super excited. I've been up all day trying to get on these topics, trying to get things ready for the show. But let's dive into it because we don't want just a long, lengthy live. But we do got a couple of topics that ran across my desk that I do want to talk about. First and foremost, Aretha Franklin. I love Aretha Franklin, been a fan of hers for years. But apparently the trans community want to cancel Natural Woman. Thank you, Tasha, for that. Did she want to cancel for the super sticker? We're saying you happy birthday. Thank you so very much. They want to cancel Natural Woman. And the reason why they want to cancel Natural Woman is because they feel as though it is inclusive to the trans community. And I looked at that and I'm like, first and foremost, Natural Woman is a song. It's an incredible song. It's an awesome song. And I don't think that it should be canceled. I don't think that the radio show it should be pulled off of Apple. It is a classic song. So for the trans community to come after Aretha, it just doesn't make any sense, right? I don't agree with that at all. The song is nice. If you want more trans inclusive records, then trans women that into music need to release records and say, I'm the man with the candy stick, or I'm the woman with the candy stick, whatever. I like to trick men, or I'm an educated one with the candy stick, etc. There's so many other records that you can make to be inclusive for your, for your community. But to say to Aretha Franklin, that piece of art that she made, to say, oh my gosh, that song needs to be canceled, I totally disagree. And I also believe that, you got a lot of trans women that would say, don't call them cisgender women. And I got in a lot of trouble for that because I talked to a lot of women. They say, I'm not a cisgender woman. I am a biological woman. I'm not a cis. So I said, okay, let me go ahead on and call women, because they tried to, change it up and say, don't call the straight women, biological women, call them cisgender. It's a scientific term, but to the average woman, they're going to say, I'm not a cis, I'm a biological woman. So I see that and I'm humbled by that. And I'm super excited by that as well because Aretha made a great song. Now, to the trans community, I know it's some issues for the trans community. I get it. I have a friend that is trans and she sells her body. I understand the work and the struggles that you have to go through and survive in this world being a trans woman of color. But I don't believe that we should use to cancel a song because it don't include you. I don't agree with that because if we start going with that, then you have nitpick every record. You have nitpick James Brown song, It's a Man's World. You have felt, oh my gosh, I'm a trans woman. I don't like it because it's not inclusive. Like, come on, it was a good record. It was an awesome record. And no, I actually listened to Natural Woman today. And I said, I'm not canceling that song. Why I'm canceling it for? No. Not gonna do that. I love Aretha Franklin. I'm not canceling Aretha Franklin, not at all. I love her, and I'm not canceling that. Now, I want to sing Tasha. It's her birthday. She did super chat me because I don't sing without you super chatting me for your birthday song in this new season. So let me. Happy birthday to you, Tasha. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Tasha. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you, Tasha. May the good Lord bless you. Happy birthday. So I was up and I saw this out my timeline. We gotta get it out. So oh, here we go. Now I was watching Blueface and Krishan, their show. And this episode, they going on a date and Krishan is just drinking. And let me tell you, that urine must taste like liquor because she drinks so much liquor and she drink Red Bull and she's not a social drinker. She is a drunk. I can tell a social drinker and I can tell a drunk. A social drinker is someone like myself. When you in the club, you get a couple of drinks, you're done. You go to a meet and greet, couple of drinks, you're done. But you won't see me drink. I don't have any liquor in my house. You don't see me going and sip on some liquor in my house, sipping on some wine. I am literally a social drinker. If I'm out with family for Thanksgiving, socially, I'm out drinking. I am not a drunk. A drunk is the type of person that will drink any time of the day and any time of the day. Like they even had a scene in there where they're meeting a psychiatrist or a therapist, and she's drinking then. I'm like, child, she literally have a problem, and it's showing up on her. Like it's showing up her, like definitely all of that liquor that she taking. And she taking a lot of liquor, then she taking a lot of peen, and that's probably why she have all that yeasting, oozing out of her because it's a lot of toxins. She probably eat wrong as well. But I'm feeling sad for her in this regard because number one, she is a young Black woman, and I don't see her with any type of leaders or mentors because a lot of the older women now don't want to mentor the young women. They're in the club, they're competing for the young guys, etc. So when I see that, I said she's definitely missing a mentor, and she's also missing a family. And so she was talking to the counselor or therapist, and she was talking about how her father used to abuse her and her other sisters, how she had to go through that. And I can understand why Krishan is abusive to her, man, Blueface, and abusive to other women because she was raised in an abusive household. And that's you understand that. And that's all it is. She getting liquored up, peened up, and it's definitely something. Now, before they got to that conversation with that, it's a piece that I want to focus in on. Like Krishan said, oh my gosh, I want you to, F me. I want to have some, I want to make some love. And Blueface was like, well, I'm not horny. I can't do nothing because I'm not horny. And you could really tell that Blueface is just dealing with for Krishan because of her, popularity, because it makes him look good as a couple. But I could just really tell he's over her. I think when you got a lot of women that you can just smash on a regular, you just don't want to keep smashing Krishan because she's literally turned into a sloppy drunk. And she always crying. She's always complaining. She's always going through this. And my thing is this, I think that she needs to sober up and started to really work on self. Like when you do all that liquor, it's just really toxic. Even though I like her attitude, but I'm like, you can't turn it off. When these cameras are off, you're still drinking, you're still belligerent, and you're doing all that. Like even in this episode when Blueface was talking about his mother, he felt like his mother trying to be his girlfriend, but he said not in incest, but just trying to be controlling. A lot of mothers try to dictate to their sons who they should marry, who they should date, how they should wear their clothes, what they should cook. A lot of mothers are not willing to let their boys be men. A lot of women, when they would dictate and say, I'm your mother and you take my side all the time. But sometimes your mother can be a problem. Sometimes your mother can be a B. Sometimes your mother can be problematic. And that is 1000%. I agree on that, because I feel like that mother, Blueface mother, again, she looks at him like a come up, and she looked like him like she want to sleep with her son. That's what the type of energy that she's giving off. And I do believe that she's jealous of Krishan. So I'm seeing all of this. This episode was it really made me look at Blueface another type of way. Him, raise himself from a young teenager, and then see Krishan, the trauma that she went through. And these are two trauma bonding people. They're bonding with their trauma. And if they don't get the help, the necessary steps that they need, it's not going to end up right. Now, mind you, I like to watch them. I think they're entertaining, but I do believe that they need to get some help in their real life, particularly Krishan, because she's pregnant. And when it comes to pregnancy, maturity should come. So I don't know if she's going to actually stop drinking when she's with child, because she pulls back a bottle and drink Red Bull. And no Red Bulls are just not good with you. It alters your personality. It alters your sleep, which is that in turn your personality. So when you're doing that and drinking in a regular daytime, and you just gumping down some liquor, clearly Krishan have an issue. She have a problem. She definitely needs somebody to say, hey man, Oysters, put the bottle down. Because in the morning time, that ain't no time to be, drinking no liquor. That's the time to eat some scrambled eggs, some bacon, and it's altering her appetite because she don't want to eat, because she's drinking excessively. You do know that when you drink excessively, it started to take place of food to nurture your body. I had a deacon. His name was Deacon Ship, the church that I went to, and he was an alcoholic, always on alcohol. And when he died from alcoholism, his room smelled just like liquor, because that's how he died. He never could just push back the bottle. He was just addicted to the bottle. He never could stop. He would get sober for a little while, and then he would go right back into drinking. And so I feel as though that, Krishan definitely needs some AA. She needs some drug, alcohol treatment, etc. And I really believe so. And so when I saw Deacon Chip, where he died, died from alcoholism, it was sad. It was really sad that the way that he died was really sad. He was an older man. He was a good guy. He was a good deacon. I loved him. But he just died horrible. Like, he died because of the bottle. He had multiple warnings not to do it. Stop drinking. It's putting wear and tear on your body. You get in hospital, because he would get drunk, and it just destroyed his organs just potentially failed. So I don't want to see that for Krishan, because number one, she's young, and Blueface was telling Krishan, take it easy, stop. But clearly she have an addiction. And I believe she had an addiction before she met Blueface. I just think Blueface is just in the equation and just making the situation worse. But she have already been on alcohol before the situation have actually happened. And I'm just being real. And I feel that when people look at her, they say, oh my gosh, she look like she stink. I personally believe she's broken. And being broken can lead to alcoholism. I was raised with an alcoholic. My mother battled with alcoholism. She was a functioning alcoholic because she would work, full time, Monday through Friday. She paid the bills. But on the weekend, she turned to another person. And so I witnessed that as a young boy, and as a teenager, I started to resent my mother because of her drinking, because she turned into a totally different person. She was aggressive. She would break things. She would cuss people out. She would burn things. And I was raised under that type of household. And it was like every single weekend, we would have the policeman called because it would be some issues, there's some drama that she's getting into. And when I saw that, it hurt my feelings, because I didn't understand that about your parent having a problem. I just knew that my mother would drink and she would drink with other people. And it would just all act crazy and act a fool. And I remember multiple days, I'd be like, Mom, you need to stop drinking. What's going on? You must be drunk. And she would just go on these rants. She would pick arguments and she would, argue and cuss people out because it would be the alcohol. As many days that the police wanted to arrest her because they saw, she had 6 children and we would beg them not to arrest our mother and they would never arrest her. I think she gotten better now because she gotten older and she has so many responsibilities that, she is, I don't know if she still drink like that. I know when I come around, she still drink, but I never seen her drunk. And it's been a while since I've gotten a drunk phone call from her. Because anytime she get on the phone, when she be drunk, I immediately end the phone call. And that kind of tarnished our relationship. So when I saw that from my mother, I resented people that drink. And for a long time, I did not drink. To this day, I'm still like a social drinker. I don't drink wine or beer at home and just say, oh, let me take a couple of beers because I fear that I don't want to be in those same shoes as my mother. And then once I've gotten older and I started to notice, I'm like, but what made my mother drink? What made my mother, get drunk? Like, what was the trauma that she was dealing with? What is the secrets that she was in? So when I got older, I started to notice, okay, my mother had issues. Being married at a young age, having all of these children, being a broke person and emotionally broke, and being with a man that's not being a good provider and all of that. And so it's a lot of stresses that she going. And those are the things that I could just see as her son. But I don't know the other reasons, But when I was raised under that, it affected me as an adult. And I didn't know it affected me so much until I've gotten grown, until I was able to like, oh my gosh, I've dealt with a lot of trauma. I dealt with a lot of chaotic situations. So when I look at Blueface and I look at Krishan, I look at her picking the bottle, it just immediately takes me back to when my mother would just drink on the weekend. We knew that when I see her going to the liquor store, getting cases of beer, I knew that it's going to be some drama. And then one day I just woke up and I said, I have to move. And I moved with my grandmother to a safe place. No drama. I didn't have to worry about somebody being drunk. I didn't have to worry about nothing being broken. I didn't have to worry about getting cussed out like a dog. And it was much like a peaceful situation. But when I look at Krishan, I look at a broken young woman. And if she don't get the help, she's going to continue to be broken. And that alters your personality. Like, she loved to fight. She loved to turn up. Yes, I think I find some entertainment in there. Yes. But I also want her to be healthy. I want her to be happy and healthy and not just live her life around Blueface. Number one, a lot of women feel like they have to be dependent on their man and they live through their man. Number one, you need to be peaceful and happy. Don't allow your happiness to be tied into a man. Because if that relationship tarnish or don't be great, it's going to affect your mental health. I've seen so many women say, I need a man. I got to have a man. They're so dependent on the man. And then the man leaves. They don't know what to do with their life. So never live in that situation. Like, always have your own life, your own money, your own swag, your own identity. I've seen so many women get with a man and they lose their identity. You was in college, you was in school, you was getting a degree, you had your business, but you got with a man and you left that all alone, and then you lose your identity. Like, don't lose your identity as a woman. Don't lose your identity as a woman. Always have your identity. And I've seen so many women, attach themselves in these relationships and they just lose themselves. And I feel like Krishan is losing herself in Blueface identity. And I think she have lost herself and she don't know who she is. And all she knows is the drama, the fights, the confrontation. I don't think that she's ready to receive, because she needs to be built, because she's a broken little girl from daddy issues, from mommy issues. And now she's an adult, but she still haven't healed from that broken little girl. and she attached herself to a man that have his own issues and not giving her the help, but he's encouraging the negative and the bad behavior, and you see the results of that. So hopefully that Krishan gets the help that she needs, because when I saw the episode, I'm like, oh my God, this lady's a drunk, because she drink on a regular day. And I saw that energy and I said, oh my gosh, like she definitely needs some help. And she think it's cute, and it's not cute to be drinking during the day. And it's okay to have a drink during the day, but just regularly just drink it. Then you trying to get help, then you're drinking in there, you have an issue. Who just drink to go see that psychiatrist and you're drinking your liquor and your Red Bull? Who does that? Who does that? You talking to your doctor, hold on, doc. Like, that's a problem. You're supposed to go there, express your feelings, how you doing, to really get to the root of your issues, but you can't get to the root of issues because you're drunk. There's no way you can focus and have complete dialogue when you're under the influence. Definitely get it together, because the tattoo, the missing tooth, she can't even hardly talk. Like, her sound is just draining, and it's turning almost like a little girl. She have transitioned into a little girl. And she's even sounded like a little girl. You sure we're not going to do that? I'm going to do this. I love you. And give me a hug. She have literally turned into a little girl. And because she have not healed from that little girl. So she's transitioning to that. And she's an adult woman, but in her personality is a little girl. And she definitely need help. But she's a beautiful woman. But I think it's not sexy to just see you just gulping down on beer, liquor, like all the time. Like, I don't mind we having a couple of drinks, but just gulping down beer, and you supposed to be talking about your issues and your problems. Like, come on. Like, again, I am a social drinker. When I was in the club, I went to the club, had a good time, had a couple of drinks. That was the most I've drunk since Thanksgiving. And then that was it. I go to the Walmart. I don't pick up no bottle of wine because I don't like to drink wine at home. Like, if I'm in a club, if I need some liquor courage, I need to turn up, I get some liquor in me. You know what I'm saying? But that's it. I don't drink before my show. I don't drink during my show. That's never been me. Like, give me ice cold water, and that's about it. Give me some ice cold water or some orange juice. I'm Gucci. But I don't need to drink ginger beer mixed with Hennessy. No, I don't need to drink no ginger beer drenched in Hennessy and then lie to the people and say, well, it's just ginger beer. But you ain't telling them you done drenched it with all that Hennessy. It was some ginger beer. You didn't mix that with some Hennessy. But you lie and tell the people that it's ginger beer. So, no, I don't want to do that. So I just come on here and do that as well, because I love the Red Bulls. I had to cut the Red Bulls out because it was toxic. And I cut it out. And I said, listen, I'm not going to do the Red Bulls anymore. And I haven't had a Red Bull since. And it's been almost a month, no Red Bulls. And I'm going to sleep, sleeping 8 hours a day, having a good time, an awesome time. Able to walk up flights of stairs and not being so out of breath, and seeing my chest meat decreasing down and all of that. You know what I'm saying? To see the body, and I'm just every single day, and I'm taking it one day at a time. One day at a time. That is what I'm doing. Taking it one day at a time and not being too serious about it. And to be like, because people were saying, Wiley, are you in the gym? What are you trying to do? I say every day. I work out. I don't overdo it. I just take my time. Like right now, I don't have a personal trainer right now. I had one, but I stopped it. But I said, let me just do this first before I do a personal trainer, and then they could just add on to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So today, I was on the treadmill. I lift some weights today. Tomorrow, I'm gonna lift some weights as well if the weather permits for me to go to the gym. And I do this every day. And I've changed my diet 95, 96% of the time. My diet have changed. A lot of fruit intake, peanuts and cooking, so a piece of meat or something like that. I'm not, you don't see me in a restaurant every day. Like, this is the best ever. Like, every single day I will have bags of restaurant food. It would be, I was so addicted to restaurant food. It would be just restaurant all in my bed, pizzas and McDonald's and the Waffle House, getting meals from the Waffle House. And I'll be ordering over and over and over. And I cut it out. So now you will see me cooking Now you'll see me in my room eating like a piece of fruit or something. It's not a lot of restaurant food. Did I have restaurant food? Yeah, a couple of days ago. But you see a lot of the working out, and it's like a balance. And it's not like every single day I'm ordering out, or every single day I'm eating cookies and pies and cakes. No, it's not. No, I would eat whole patty pies in one serve. Just one day I would eat a whole patty pie, and I would have that every day. You know what I'm saying? Every single day I would have a patty pie, and I would eat the pie, and I would eat the pie. And then when I get done, I should have ate out that. I should have ate that pie. I should have ate all that big old pie and cake. And I would eat it all to myself. And then the weight gradually came on. I would eat a whole pie, a couple of pies, eat cakes and all type of stuff, and the weight gained. So now I'm in the transition of losing the weight, and I'm changing the way it is. Like, wow, like I talked to a restaurant, we're going to be going tomorrow. Next month. They said, well, I haven't seen you in like 2 months. And they used to see me almost every day getting 10 pieces of chicken with mild sauce. 10 pieces. 3 orders of some soda and gumping it down, and be right back tomorrow, 10 pieces or 2 orders of a 6-wing with lemon pepper and mild sauce. And I will order that stuff almost daily. Every day I will order that. And so, of course, I've got into being obese because of all the grease and restaurant food that I would eat every day. Going to McDonald's, buy a large French fry, chicken nuggets, going to take midnight runs to 7-Eleven for some ice cream. So you have to make that transition. Now, is I'm perfect? No, I've changed the diet tremendously, and I'm starting to see results. And it's every day, and it's one day at a time. Like, you tackle it one day at a time. So every day I go to the gym, I don't try to compete with everybody that's been in the gym for months and months. I'm a baby in this. So every day I go, hit the treadmill, put the incline on, put my music on, go lift some weights, and I go home. I do not try to overdo it in the gym. And I be sore, the little workout that I be doing, and it's awesome. And so when I start with the personal trainer, that would just give me more of an idea to build on what I've already worked. But I'm not going to try to get a personal trainer right on the back. Let me work out some, then get a personal trainer and just help me out. And then they can work with me on some different things, like go to the personal trainer for like twice a week. But every day, either I'm walking or I'm in the gym, and I love it. It's stress-free. Like, I'm sleeping better. I'm thinking better. I'm more witty. I'm not as aggressive, not as tired. My mood swings have changed. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, in a crying spells, depression, like none of that, because I pull it all in the gym, and it is just a great for my heart, for everything. Like, I'm not congested, etc. And I love that. And so I think that's awesome and great. And it's not where I want to be, but by October, when we go to Vegas, it's a totally different Wiley. And you all seeing a slim now, like, this is an extra large, a 2X shirt. And I remember I couldn't even, now I'm able to wear different more stuff. And I love that about myself, that I'm doing that. And I thank y'all for y'all support for showing up. Now, let us go to Robyn. I'm going to make sure, y'all. And her husband, Juan, that's his name, Juan, it's been alleged that they've been married, that they got married. But but it's like, I talked to the exec the editor of All About the Tea, and like they were explaining to me, there's a difference between a wedding ceremony and an actual legally binding marriage with a marriage certificate filed in America. So you can't get married out of America and think that marriage going to be valid in the United States. And also, I don't believe that they're married, because I don't see a marriage certificate. I've been looking for a marriage license. I've been Googling. I've been calling different where they at. Nothing have came up. So if y'all have something like that, I personally don't believe they're married. And another thing, I do believe that, Juan is just with her for the show, because if he leaves, she lose her income. So and then he's also there for the children. I don't think he really loved her. I think he just settled with her because she had children. Most men, if you've been with a man for about 5, 10, some people, some women for 20 years, and that man never marry you, it's something wrong with you. It's not something wrong with you, but it's something wrong with him. And it's something wrong with you for allowing yourself to be strung along for those many decades and don't get a ring. I had a next door back when we lived on 440 West 103rd Place in Chicago. 440 West 103rd Place. So we had a neighbors, and I believe their name was Mr. and Mrs. Jones. I believe that their name was. Believe it could be not. And so Mr. Jones, he died. And so we all thought Mrs. Jones, that Mr. Jones, I thought they were married. No. They were just girlfriend and boyfriend. So when he died, Mr. Jones' family kicked her out, Ms. Jones out, and they took over the property. The money, they was in complete control. Like his kids kicked her out, and I really thought they were married, and they had a beautiful, one of the best houses on the block, and kicked her out because they was not legally married. And I'm like, why would you be with somebody for those many years? Thank you, Ty Hamas History. Thank you for the super sticker, for the super chat. Why would you be with somebody for those many years and don't have a ring? Why would you be with somebody for over 10 plus years and not married? Like, I'm just not understanding that. So and then also he got a lawsuit, some issues with team members or some issues right there. He may even lose his job. So I get it. And then also, when you get married, that shields you from testifying against your husband. So I don't know. We will see about this. And another thing, the last time I watched The Real Housewives of Potomac, I was sitting down with Monica and some other people that was on the panel. And it was one episode that Robyn, she didn't want to pick the kids up or get the kids up. She was so depressed. And all that. I'll be depressed too. You mean you got a man that's stringing you along and don't want to marry you? That is depressing, because you will question yourself as the woman, but you also have to stand up for yourself and be like, listen, I'm not going to continue to be a glorified girlfriend. We need to be married. We need to be doing this. We need to have a wedding. I'm not going to be a glorified girlfriend. Like you get up in age for that. I'm not going to string you along. It was a girl, and her name was Krista Moore. And I used to work with Krista Moore, and she would follow me to the church, and we would talk. We would go out to the movies. I was so attracted to Krista Moore. And so one day I invited her to my church, and she came beautiful, thick, short, nice, everything, intelligent, beautiful. She was a housekeeper in a job. And so I didn't know how thick she was until like she got her regular clothes. Because you got her housekeeping. It showed that she was thick, but it really popped when she showed up to the church. Beautiful. And she really was falling for me. But I stopped for dealing with Krista Moore because number one, I wasn't ready to commit. And she was a little older than me, and she was more mature than me. And I just wasn't ready to commit. And I loved her. I love that woman. Like, I would call her. We would talk for hours. I just love her on the phone. I love giving her advice. During that time, I was a church kid. I was always in my word. I remember on lunch break, we were working at Park Place of Elmhurst. So one of my best places of employment that I had as a CNA. And they would just wait till when I go on lunch. Man, I could. And I was so popular that I couldn't even listen to my headphones because Krista will pull the headphones out of my head, and we would just have these conversations. But I wasn't ready. But for Robyn and for her husband, they're definitely roommates. And I want to say this to Robyn and her husband: get it together, Mr. Juan. Marry her. Robyn is beautiful. She looked like she smelled good. You had children by her. Don't string her along. All right. But I heard that you cheated because Monica put it out there from All About the Tea that you cheated on Robyn with some blonde woman. So get it together, Juan. Get it together. All right. I don't believe y'all heard it here exclusively on the Wiley Show. They ain't married till I see a certificate. Until I see a marriage license, you ain't married. All right. So exclusively on the Wiley Show, they're not married until I see a marriage license. Just like somebody else I don't believe is married. I don't believe that Nikki is married with Kenneth Petty. I don't believe they married because I've never seen a marriage license. So again, we're going to see how this is going to go on with this situation. And we're gonna see how this is gonna play out. But I don't believe that they're married. I think they're just doing this for a storyline for the show. I don't believe it, and I think that Robyn again is another desperate woman that is going to use a fake marriage for a storyline. But in reality, you don't have the real documentations to prove that you are married to this man. So we're going to see how this is going to play out, you guys. I'm going to keep y'all updated on that. So, I just, I got to give y'all that. So I just thought about Kristen. So yeah, I was real popular. I was real popular. Nikki and her ain't married. I was real popular at Park. I was in the break room and I would bring my Bible. We would quote scriptures. We would talk about the word. We would talk about men. We would talk about women. Really, really, really popular. And I will never forget, I haven't seen Kristen Moore in years, but I think she's probably married, probably have children right now, but she's beautiful. And I love her. I miss her. I would love to have a conversation with Kristen Moore. And she was a good woman. And whenever you at, Crystal, love you. And I don't know if you're going to see the video, but love you. Okay. And that just let me know I was shocked that I was able to pull a woman like that because, again, I was just shocked. But it was my personality. And I definitely I haven't even looked her up on social media. On social media. I haven't done it. But all right. I miss her. So that was that. That is that. So who else are we going to talk about here? Okay. Now, I have to give a shout out to Jason Lee. Okay. Now, y'all already know that Jason Lee and Armon Wiggins have been going back and forth with each other and all that drama. But Jason got another come up, right? He got an exclusive with Blueface and Krishan. So tomorrow I'm going to view it and then we're going to talk about it. I am just so happy that he is on the come up. And I think that is a reminder to Armon the failure of him to tarnish that relationship. I'm not tarnished with Jason. Me and him still follow each other on Facebook. We still cool. We conversate in the DMs and stuff like that. He's not willing to come on the show yet, but we at least having some conversation because I never burned that bridge. Thank you, Angel, for the super sticker. Love your music, Angel Sessions. You gotta come back on the Wiley Show. So I'm a fan, and I feel like he got another win against Armon Wiggins, another major win, because Armon Wiggins is trying to follow into the footsteps of Jason Lee. He got a studio, a one-bedroom shack studio. It's not enough space at all. Jason Lee got an entire wing of areas as well. And he burnt that bridge. Now, as I look at it right now, I think that Armon, regret burning that bridge with Jason. I didn't burn that bridge because I bought the man book. I didn't expose any text message between the guy. Me and Jason we just agreed to disagree and we go back and forth on social media. But I never burned that man book because number one, I'm not going to do that. Number two, I'm not going to expose the text message. So that's a bridge I did not burn. I just think that Jason, he loves a lot of yes mans about him. And I just did not particularly want to be that yes man. I'm in the business of just being critical of people. But I think Armon, in his essence, he, regret ever doing that to Jason. But he would never have the honor and the respect to take the video down and make a public apology. But he tarnished that bridge. And so when I see him on social media and he was just dragging me and telling me not to talk about Jason, and he did the same thing. He talked about Jason Lee. So, and yet Jason got another win. He talked about the Cardi B. I told Jason, I said, listen, I'm going to cover your entire episode. Like all your episodes, I'm going to cover it. But if I would listen to Armon, I would have never got them clicks and views. So his whole strategy and idea and advice was just toxic advice because he talked about the same interview with Cardi B. He's seen us getting clout. And then now he started to cover that. And then the man actually went in the chat to watch the interview on Revoked. So he didn't live up to his word. And then another thing about Armon, he gets on his platform and he drag people that give $4, but be thankful for the $4 because you never know who that person that gave you $4 for. So that's what I'm saying. Like you can have all that issue and all day, but Jason got these A-list celebrities on the show, and you have to settle for Milagro. Nothing wrong with Milagro, but she's not A-list. You know what I'm saying? She's an A-list troll. She's a Tory Lane troll, but you ain't like you got a Tory Lane type of interview. You got Milagro. So you're not having the Nickies. You're not having the Cardis. Hell, you're not even having the Blueface and the Krishan. You're going to get a bunch of bottoms on Bobby Lights. Of course, you got Bobby, which is a drug addict, addicted to drugs, and also a drunk. But you're not getting the Blueface and the Krishans and things like that because, again, in order to really get that, you pooped on a guy that got those type of connections. And you should have learned some ideas from him, but it did not happen fast enough. And this is another thing that's coming back. When he pooped on Jason, he said the same criticism. When things don't go fast enough, while you drag. And Armon, you did the same thing to Jason. It did not happen fast enough. He did not tell you about the lights fast enough. He did not put you on fast enough. He did not give you enough what you wanted fast enough. In the first opportunity you took, you dissed the man publicly on YouTube. Now, granted, did Jason say some subliminal things? Yes, but he didn't say your name directly, so he could have been talking about you. He could not have been talking about you. He was talking about you subliminally, not by name. With you, sir, you talked about Armon Wiggins directly. Armon, you talk about Jason directly on your show. Now, Jason directly said something about Wiley. It wasn't subliminal. He directly wanted me to hear the message. So, and then Jason Lee said, in about 20, 30 years, I'll be on this level. I totally disagree with that. We're going to be in that level in the next year or two. We're going to definitely be in that level. So yeah, that's how it all the way goes. So that's how opportunities have happened. It got tarnished. It got destroyed. That's what the thing about Tasha K. I said I don't have a mentor-mentee relationship with Tasha K. Never had. She just used me to get back at Armon, the same person that she still was having private conversations, and then told Armon and Jay and Storm that I quote unquote have the good look. But I'm still going to make sure that I've had access and making sure that I have my show that you're going to call into my episodes, because my reviews are like the highest reviews about Larry Reid. We in either when you type in Larry Reid allegations, most of the time you're going to see a tweet from Wiley Show, hashtag justice for Levantre, hashtag surviving Larry Reid. You pretty much are going to see Wiley Show. And so those are the type of things that you're going to see from my show. And so when Tasha K came on, she came on the episode because I'm live, I'm lit, I got the clicks and views. And what did she do? She came on the show. And it was the same type of relationship that we had in the first time. Like the first time she came on the show, this time she hit the link, she come on the show, I asked her the tough questions. That's typically the relationship. So when people say that, Wiley don't ask the tough questions, I asked Tasha K the tough questions. She came on, we got the highest views, we asked her the tough questions. Now, to Jason, I believe this Blueface and Krishan interview, he's going to ask some tough questions because Jason asked Cardi B some tough questions. And I love the fact that about Jason. And Jason, I did subscribe to Zeus. I'm not Zeus, to Revolt. I have cable, so I'm able to watch it in live time. And I love that. And I will continue to support your show. But to Armon, he didn't live up to the hype. Like, this man got a studio because Jason got a studio. And he's trying to get celebrity, but he couldn't afford to get a full-fledged studio. He got an office space, a one little room office space. Nothing wrong with that. But, if you would have spent less money on your clothes and cars and living in that high rise, maybe you could have invested in living and having an inventory to have a bigger studio. But we all have to start off somewhere. Then he was so quick to put the studio out that the man blocking his own signage. You can't even see the man's signage that he got behind it. Very expensive. He had Latinos probably to do his signage, and he's blocked. The whole sign is being blocked. And he just did it to rush to compete with Jason. And that's what it said about all of that. And so we're going to see how that's going to play out in the future. And that's how it's going to go. Now, we definitely have to say this. Hey, you guys, I was watching Larry Reid Mentee, and I'm glad you all gave me the timestamp because Larry Reid Mentee, the pink wig, had the audacity to talk about the Wiley Show and say that Wiley had a breakdown and Wiley had this, and I had to encourage Wiley. No, one time you called me in the middle of the night to flirt with me, and I was going through mentally, and you just saw me having one of my bad days. You want to flirt with me saying, come to your city and all that. I never was attracted to this dude. Never was attracted to him. Not my type. I never flirted back. Never wanted to be your baby daddy. None of those type of things. Number one, I gave you a platform. I introduced you to an audience. It was a great collaboration. but I never wanted to date you. I never wanted to come visit you. I never wanted to hop on a plane, never wanted to do any of those things because I never seen you and never want you look very demonic, very scary. If I ever want to put you to, do a spell or something, maybe I'll call you for that, but never demonic. I believe you got black chains, and I believe you drink black portion, black blood for breakfast. Like I just don't see myself, being in the bedroom with you. And if I do, I probably will never even come out of there because you would probably try to put some voodoo on me. So I never was that attractive, never was jealous of his numbers. These are the things that he just created out of that pink wig. I never was jealous of the numbers. When he got to 40,000, he decided to be shady. He decided to say, get on my level. People been doing this, blah, 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 just like we have the same amount of numbers. It is what it is. You should actually be further because you got Larry Reid, but you're so stuck in your ways and so demonic. Larry don't introduce you to Bishop, to the bishops and to the prophets. He will probably introduce me more because I speak their same language. I dress the way they dress. You show up in a pink wig and dirty thongs and be in the house by yourself for hours on hours and cussing people out, and you don't get invited to those spiritual events. I can go to those spiritual events and fit right in with those people because I speak that same language. You don't speak that same language. So, of course, he's going to treat you like a dusty prostitute and pick you up when he want to pick you up. And you're mad at Armon because Armon Wiggins went to the interview and did the collaboration and you wasn't there. And that made you break down in tears. And then Armon Wiggins, he embarrassed you by putting on the wig and putting on the glasses and really just threw major shade and did all of that with the mentor. And Larry Reid was laughing at him and told Armon that he did a great job. Yeah, your mentor is very, very messy. He's a very, very messy dude, where he used him and use his money to sway public opinion. You got Armon protecting the predator. So you already know he's going to prey on his little sister and little brothers and little cousins. And probably if he ever have adopted boys, he probably going to do something to them too. Because if you're defending Larry Reid, you're probably going to be a predator yourself. If you don't see what Larry Reid, and probably Storm Monroe as well, because he liked that type of predatory type of behavior, because they defended a predator and they did it on their platform and they laughed and they celebrated. And they celebrated by defending a predator by saying, oh my gosh, let's just talk about sex. And what do you like to do in the bedroom? Because they've all been bought and paid for. And I didn't know, and I've noticed that, the power of the coin will make people turn and speak a different tune. And it's not real money they're getting. They're getting $500, $600 there. They're not getting real money. But you just couldn't buy my silence with, protecting a predator, predatory type of behavior. Just not going to do it. This is the same man, Storm. Yes, he's in Jamaica, probably doing all type of weird things there on Larry Reid Don. He did an R. Kelly interview and didn't even go anywhere because he didn't ask him too many questions. So we're going to see how this situation is going to play out with Larry Reid and Storm and Armon and all that, just weird type of behavior. It was so weird that Larry Reid wanted the interview to be intimate, for them to be so close to each other, touching on each other, touching each other's knees, getting them drunk with gingerbread mixed with Hennessy and pills and all type of stuff they probably did. And they just crammed up in there. It was very demonic. And then they came back to that. Well, Armon came back and celebrating, saying how awesome Larry Reid is. He's so great because he's on television, because he's on BET Plus, on Kingdom Business. You automatically would just drink your ginger beer mixed with alcohol, and then you're saying that this congratulations. Oh my gosh, he ain't a predator. He probably is a predator, but he got money, so he can go ahead on and pray. So I feel bad for your baby sister. I feel bad for your baby brother. I feel bad for the children that you're going to try to adopt, and hopefully they don't allow you to adopt no children, you and your boyfriend. Very, very type of predatory behavior. And then what he did was, not only I co-signed this predator, I'm going to take pictures with this predator. I'm going to take pictures that he used out of his car, from his people, from the LRLers, and I'm going to take a picture with a predator because he got a nice car. And you're easily to be manipulated because your common sense of you thinking logically goes out the window because you're being paid. You have been paid off, not a lot of money, but you have been paid off some. It was a nice hotel. It was a nice flight. And now you can't see the predatory behavior of you being manipulated. It's just not going to be good. The predatory behavior, you can't see it because you've been bought and paid for. The employee cannot see it because he been bought and paid for, and he's mad because he have to share Larry Reid with everybody else, and he gets very, very jealous of sharing Larry Reid with Armon and with Storm, and this dude got very, very jealous, and it made the man cry. He cried in that wig. He cried in that dusty house. He cried because he's going to have to share his mentor with Storm and Armon. The same thing, he got mad when Larry Reid came over here, super chatting us and cash apping us and sending us Apple Pay. You know, he got very jealous and upset. Like, he owns Larry Reid. And I told him privately, and I said publicly, I said, you don't own Larry. Larry's going to do what's best for Larry, and you better make sure what's best for you. Just like when the Christmas episode happened, he called me to get some information about Tasha, and I gave him stuff about it. And he called me, said, I think you shouldn't put Armon name and Tasha name in there. I said, number one, can you call Larry Reid and tell him not to talk about these preachers? Can you call Larry Reid and tell him not to talk to the prophet? He said, no. So you can't come to Wiley telling me what and who I can talk about and who name can go in the title. You don't control that. Tasha K didn't put me on no salary. Tasha K didn't give me no $3.5 million. Tasha K ain't paying my bills. Tasha K gave me a camera. That's it. But that's not enough for you to try to sway and to tell me who I can put in my damn title. One thing or another, you wrong. Number one, you wrong because you're a woman and I'm a man. A woman don't give man instruction unless you it's my husband, but you're a woman, so you got to know your place. Your place is when a man is speaking, you don't speak or over talk a man and try to tell a man how to run his platform. Because again, I don't have that same type of courtesy where I can call you and tell you who you can talk to on your title. Like, no, I'm not going for the okie doke. I'm not going for the trash. I'm not going for these type of things. If you want me to talk about if you don't want me to talk about these type of things, then pay me $3.5 million. Until then, I'm going to talk about who I want to talk about. And the reason why we put Armon and Tasha in the title, because they both were problematic. They both was in the news. And so she tried to say, and then once I told her no, she didn't know how to deal with a no. And then she want to lie and say, I let Wiley be on the app for free, which was another lie. And she lies really good because she's a black woman. She talks very well. Her teeth is white. She's nice and chocolate. And she's a good liar, right? She will lie and tell stories and all type of stuff, just like now, all of that. And so when you look at the employee or, Larry Reid employee, he's being manipulated. He's being used. And you still not got enough to survive because you got to be on the internet and just to get the checks rolling in from Larry because Larry Reid is funding your lifestyle. But then you get mad because you want Larry to yourself when he shared his money with Storm and he shared it with Armon. So I get it. You want to talk about Wiley and you mentioned that I was mad at your numbers. Never mad at your numbers. Who gives a darn? I get paid really nice on YouTube. I do YouTube full time. YouTube have treated me well. Doors have been opened up on YouTube. I am doing fine. You got up on your platform saying don't name bloggers on the YouTube platform, but then you got mad when Armon didn't name your name on there. So just keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. It is what it is. Keep that same energy. Was it funny when Armon was wearing a wig and glasses, stuff like that? Yeah, it was funny. It was very strategic. It wasn't really funny what he said it was about. It was just funny that he had on a pink wig and he just jacked at your whole style. I think that's great. It was great that he mentioned me in the same episode. I think Armon going to continue to mention the Wiley Show because we're growing. We're making noise. He's going to talk about us. Whether he say my name or not, these people know who you're talking about because he have always been subliminally throwing out shots and saying these type of stuff. We are continue to grow. He can't say we ain't growing. He can't say nobody watches. He can't say we ain't got no fans because we got all of that type of stuff. We got fans. We got viewers. We got clout. We get super chats. We get cash apps. We get all type of things. And it's just awesome. And I think that's great that all of these type of things are going on in our show. And we're going to continue to grow and continue to be productive for all of this stuff. All right. And I love the fact that we are able to have these conversations. But I would say to Armon and I would say to the guy with the pink wig, Larry Reid employee, at the end of the day, Armon got used by Larry to manipulate it. And so did the employee. So it is what it is. And did he even watch the you've been manipulated when you're not even watching the interview with the mother, Levantre's mother, right there. and Lavantre's mother was a member of Larry Reid Church. You're not even watching the interview. So that's when I know you've been paid off. And so is Storm been paid off. And Storm's so confused because he's just a confused type of, and a very weak guy. And he's easily to be manipulated. Very weak. And now you run into Jamaica and got paid by Larry allegedly. And now Armon, he paid for that little small office space that he paying quadruple the amount for you to do the same. Why would you get an office space and you ain't interviewing no guests like that? Why pay extra debt? That doesn't make any sense. For that smaller space, you paying $2,000-$3,000 a month for that smaller office space. That don't make no sense. Just because you can say you downtown, that's crazy. And cramp that equipment. You can't even shout up in there if you wanted to. So we're going to see how this is going to play out in the future. But like I said, Larry do need to answer. He did not answer right with these allegations. He did it terribly wrong. And that video didn't go nowhere. It didn't make any impact. Hell, even Milagro was trashing interview. And Milagro supposed to have been on Team Armon. But you gave her that massive platform, Armon, and she turned against you. She dragged that interview. She said it didn't make it look good. It made y'all look complicit in protecting the predator. And the only thing that predator had to do was give y'all some ginger beer mixed with Hennessy and give y'all some cash. And y'all hushed up and then said peep out of it. Y'all been bought. And not even a lot of money. Y'all didn't get no millions. A couple of $100, and he bought y'all silence. And most of the interview was about y'all, what y'all like to do in the bedroom with a man that's been accused of violating a teenager. But that was the main thing y'all was focused on, what he liked to do in his bedroom. Really? And then challenge him. Armon didn't challenge because he was extremely drunk, mixed with some Hennessy and some Ciroc and everything else up in there. And he said, oh, that was some little ginger beer. Yeah, that was some ginger beer, all right, mixed with some Hennessy. Because he wasting crap all on the table. And it didn't go anywhere. It did. And that's why he gets on this platform to respond to Wiley. How do you know I said it was mixed with liquor? Stop watching me. I don't have a lot of followers like you. You said I'm not talented. You said why are you watching somebody that you say is obsessed? You watch because my opinion, it carries weight. And you have to sit and watch it. Nobody's sitting until you sitting, you're watching right now. Or what did you say? In that cramped up office space. Then you're watching. And then you can't even throw shade on station because we don't even tune in over there. You have to come on YouTube. And talk about it. So you know for sure that I hear about it. All right, I'm going to get the clout because we gained in followers. We over 30,000. We almost at 35,000 subscribers. We'll be at 40,000 in a couple of months. You know, we're doing awesome things over here. But I refuse to allow people like the employee to lie, talk about how they consoled me and talked to me and helped me in my mental health. They did not do any of those things. Only thing they wanted me was use me for my body. They were flirting with me. And I never returned the favor because I didn't find that person attractive. I find them very scary. They're talented, yes, but I'm just not attracted to a person that got earrings and rings and all women hair. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm just not attracted to that. And I've told him that. And he said, you don't never flirt with me back because you're just not my type to flirt with you back. Absolutely not. Did episodes, he just be on the episode most of the time. He be on there flirting. You can't negate that. It is what it is. And you're mad because Armon didn't say your name. And then you're mad that he talked about you crying. And then you trying to explain why you was crying. You were hurt because your daddy that's allegedly out here preying on little boys didn't invite you to the party because Armon and Storm didn't want you there. And Storm was just excited just to be in Armon Wickett's presence. He's a weak man. You can tell he hang around white people, weak white folks. Because you mean to tell me somebody that trashed you, talked about you like a dog, called you gay, trash you about your name, dragged your mama, and you sitting there, oh, I just did something wrong. Just weak. Weak. Ain't saying a word. Weak. I can't give nobody no free promo, no free promo, just weak. I can't do, we ain't doing no free promo. We ain't doing no free promo over here. They came over here. Oh, Wiley, you ain't blocking all. Just phony and weak. You need to go to Jamaica and get you some black poom poom. Tell them to talk to the ancestor to get you some cojones or something. Because you a little weak out here in these streets. Weak. A little weak. You need to go to Jamaica and have them to conjure up you some courage. Because you're weak. You're very, very weak. So we gonna see how this gonna play out, y'all. But I seen all that stuff, and I'm like, whoa. Talk to the ancestors to get you something. And so we gonna see how this is gonna play out in the future. But like I said, Armon is getting dragged by his other allies. They're dragging this because they don't believe Larry Reid. They believe Larry Reid is guilty. And so Armon now he's promoting, or he announcing, oh my gosh, shout out to this blogger. I love him so much. I didn't get a hint of jealousy. But you said you said that man ain't your friend, and he don't agree with Larry. So he's trying to bait that person to not talk about him being attached to a predator. I see that weak stuff. That's very weak. You didn't even listen to the mother's account. You didn't even listen to Levantre. You still so caught up about what Tasha K did to you and all these things, but you still talk to Tasha. That doesn't make sense. You still be on the phone cackling and talking to her. Stop telling the people you hate Tasha. Armon, stop lying to these black women that support your channel saying that you hate Tasha. You get on the phone and you talk to Tasha. You gossip with Tasha and got mad because your friend was on the phone with Tasha and you ended the friendship because he said your name. That don't make no sense, bruh. And your former friend, he weak. He's struggling in LA, got to work 3-4 jobs because somebody told him to leave his area, leave his job, go to move to LA. And that was a bad decision. He can't even afford to stay in LA. Got to have 3-4 roommate. One roommate got locked up. Then he got to beg his people for cash out. He want to move to LA. Can't even afford LA. You should have stayed in that little town in California that you can afford. You couldn't afford it. LA is only built for people that can afford it. If you can't afford it, don't try to do it. I mean, no sense. That's just like me trying to move. I'm not moving to California. I'm staying in my little apartment, paying this little piece of rent. That's about it. I move when I get ready, when I'm buying property and all that. But I'm not trying to keep over there just to say I'm in LA. I want to be able to live comfortable. And then you got dumped by Armon. Look at that. Pathetic out in these streets. You got to work all these jobs. Then get on the internet and beg for super chats and cash apps and cash app. You really ain't going to start just showing to somebody cash app you because you can't afford all that rent. Then you did chasing LA, didn't go nowhere. You can't chase nothing because you're broke. It didn't give you no clout. You got to talk about Jaguar to get clicks and views. Use that women that's mentally unstable. Use her, manipulate her for clicks and views. Other than that, what do you have? And then you're still in the same place that you can't afford. But just so happy because you on the red carpet. Went over there to Neek at Night. Neek at Night used you, had you holding the camera. When she interviewing people, she getting all the clout. You didn't hardly get no clout. And then Neek got mad because I exposed her wicked ways of using you, knowing all that type of stuff. Then she gonna try to play the whole week. He been my friend for years, buddy. He ain't been your friend. You ain't know that man for years. Stop that lying, lady. You just met that man on YouTube. You ain't know that man for years. You know that man for like a good 1 year. You ain't know him. You ain't know him for years. Stop that lie and get somewhere and cook and get in there and cook me some fried chicken. I didn't know him for years. They try to get him out DM and then try to be shady and then I have to drag you again. He been my friend for years, buddy. You just understand, my friend. You only know that man for a couple of months. Talking about you knew that friend for years, like y'all been friends for 10 years. Knew that man for 1 year. Using that man, everybody just using. He ain't hardly getting no clout. How you in LA can't hardly get your platform off the ground? You in there with all them superstars because you just want to be a groupie. Didn't nobody even talk about chasing LA. Your friend Neek, she didn't talk about it. Neek at night, we talking about chasing LA. She ain't talking about chasing LA because she didn't even watch. She don't care nothing about you. She don't care nothing about you. You just a person that have her bags, a person that brush her hair, a person that sing her praise, a person that you know, and that's about it. When she wants you to hold the camera, you're right there. You're not her friend. And she gonna get mad at me. Oh, Wiley, because she thought I was gonna be upset because she unfollowed me on Facebook. That woman followed me on Instagram. She unfollowed me. Who gives a darn? I'm still gonna have my pen because I never tapped that, never tasted, never smelt it, never been around you, never met you in person. It is what it is. This is YouTube. I don't take this stuff personal. I get on here, do my clicks and views, and I have all a good time. You just got mad because you used that young man and got mad talking about and can come in my DM talking about you've been knowing that man for years. Man, you ain't been knowing him for years. Yay, Jada! The code was at $100. Yes, thank you for the super chat. Oh, you know that man for years. And she's trying to go to the courthouse and all that type of stuff. No, we ain't together. I ain't smell or tasted. So what I'm committed for? Please. So we seen all that situation. So give me a second. Let me see. I don't understand how can you. Hold on, y'all. Somebody's supposed to come over today. All right. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for doing that. Thank y'all for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, I love that. So we're going to open up the phone line. We got 800 people in here, and I just have to have that conversation, you guys. I am confident in what I do. My show is growing. We have a lot of great shows planned. I'm not jealous of any. I've been jealous of a person many years ago, about 4 to 5, 6 years ago. I don't have a jealousy in me. What spirit I have in me is the entrepreneur type of spirit, the working spirit, the consistency spirit. So I don't care if you got 30,000, 40,000, or 50,000. Only thing that I care about is to continue to entertain the 31,000 people that are tuning into the Wiley Show. Is it other shows that with more subscribers? Yes, it's people that I know got millions of subscribers, and they deserved it. But that does not take away my light and my success. And I'm not going to downplay my success because you feel like I should downplay. You want me to downplay? No, I'm not going to downplay my success. My success is my success. And I'm glad that we reached another milestone of 30,000 subscribers. I'm glad that I'm finally getting the recognition. And I'm glad that I got these content creators. A lot of them shook. They don't want to say my name. I get it. I understand it. Who gives a darn? I'm going to continue to talk about the show and continue to entertain. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I'm not going to stop. And then when you look at the search history, the Wiley Show, you know what I'm saying? So they watch. All of them. They don't want to say the Wiley Show, but they watch the Wiley Show. It is what it is. Thank God for Tasha coming in. Thank you to Milagro. I may not always agree with the lady say the Wiley Show name. I give her that. Number one show on over there on station. Number one show. She called them all fake. Said, why y'all didn't want to say Wiley Show name? You know, that's how that goes. So I'm not gonna worry about it. That's how that goes. Let me see what y'all saying in here. So I want to say special shout out to people that talk about it. Special shout out to Tasha. I don't always agree. I just love the fact that she's exposing a pastor that used his position to prey on the young. And I believe, and I got to say allegedly, but I believe that where there's smoke, there's fire. The way that he handled this and the way that he moved out here in these streets did not make him look clean. It looked very dirty. So we're going to see how this is going to go in the future. And I want to give a special shout out to Online with Tasha K. Special shout out to her team for at least giving the victim, Levantre, a platform, giving Levantre mother a platform. Now, I have to say about the mother, she is in strong denial because of church. And they don't train people enough in the church to watch out for predators. And typically with this mother, a lot of this could have been avoided, because why would you leave your sons while you up there trying to pastor? Because she had a lot of ambitions herself, and because of her failure as a mother and a failure in her man as a father, that they were easy. It was easy for them, easy for Dr. Larry Reid to pray, allegedly. But that's why mothers have to get it, because she's a little strong denial that she had her own ambitions. She want to go pastor. She want to be all this, and here she are. She's in a situation right now where your son, and then you have to deal with that guilt. Thank you, Tasha, for the super sticker. You have to deal with that guilt because you messed up as a mother. You have failed as a mother. And you can't be talking about, well, I'm a social worker, I was a basketball, but you couldn't see the enemy right before your very eyes. You didn't look at the warnings right before your very eyes. And that's why he was able to do all of this stuff. So we're going to open up the phone lines. We're going to allow you all to call in. Okay. We're going to allow you all to call. Oh, my house is smelling so good. I was supposed to have some company come over, but they ain't got no gas money. So I just have to block them. But I don't deal with broke folks because they ain't got no gas money. And I know you sending me stuff like that because you ain't got no gas money to come. Like what they do that at? You ain't got no gas money. You need to stay home. Give me a second while I get the phone lines booted up. Hold on. Somebody is calling me right now. Give me a second. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see what it worked. Okay, we're going to put the number on the screen. I ain't got no gas money. I was supposed to go out with somebody yesterday, and they didn't have no money. So I went to the movies. They were mad. They said, I thought we was going out. I'm like, you ain't had no money. What it look like going to buying the drinks and you ain't got no money. And then I have to drive and then go pick you up and you stay way out there. And then I have to get an Uber. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not doing it. I gotta buy the drinks. No, I only hang around with people that can buy their own drinks. Like, come on now. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Little black boy, you're beautiful. Little black girl, you are in her.
All right, there you go. I was calling in singing. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. How you doing?
Hello.
Hey, welcome. Can you mute me in the back?
Hey, how you doing, Wiley?
Did you mute your TV?
Yeah, I mute my phone. How you doing?
Hey, welcome.
That's good. This is Just Zoe.
Oh, welcome, Just so welcome, brother.
How you feeling?
Doing good.
So I caught the tail end of what you were saying, but first of all, let me just congratulate you on 30,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On making this milestone. And I'm just so old. I'm so antiquated. I didn't know that bloggers is fighting each other and doing all this other nonsense. But here's my little jewel to you. You keep on doing what you're doing and don't worry about anybody else.
Yes, true.
Don't feed into their negativity. You know what I mean? Don't feed into their drama or anything of that nature. When they start talking about you, that means you're doing something good.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And like my mentor used to always tell me, and you know who my mentor is, Miss Wendy Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your blinders on. You know what I mean? Like a racehorse. Keep your blinders on and just stay focused and look forward. Don't look backwards. Don't look sideways. Just look forward. Don't worry about what the rest of them say and do.
Oh yes, and
don't worry about it. Why you think I never paid attention to anybody and what they were saying and doing? Back when I was out here on YouTube, I didn't care because my focus was getting to the prize, and that's where you need to focus on. Focus on getting to the prize. Focus on being a household name.
Yes, and because you have been in this game for years, just so You have interviewed celebrities and all of that, but the culture was different because when you were coming
Yes.
through the game, they didn't have a live chat in a streaming live. You did your
Yes.
video, you edited it, you put it out there. This is like a totally different beast, and they didn't really pay the bloggers like they're paying them now. So it was
Right. Exactly.
you did it because you love to do it. And
Right.
now
Exactly.
the money is involved, super chats, the cash. Hell, when you was out, when I was watching, because I was doing some stuff, there was no Cash App, there was no PayPal.
Right. Exactly. We only had we only had YouTube partnership.
Yes.
And you had to be invited to even get a partnership
invited. Fact.
back then. Yeah, right. So we didn't have none of this, other stuff. But and I feel so I feel like a senior citizen now. um but yeah, you're right. This is all new. But like I said, just don't worry about the rest of them. You focus on doing what you're doing. You've been out here doing your thing, and you got to where you got to because you grind to get to where you are right now. You struggle to get to where you are right now. So you stand on your stage and you stand up tall and proud and keep on doing what you're doing. Fuck what everybody else said.
There you go. Facts. And I love the fact that we've been following each other for years. Okay.
Yes, we have. And I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And that's what the culture's supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to lift one another up. Help each other out. You know what I mean? We're supposed to big each other up because that's what I used to do. Shout out to so and so on my platform. Go check out so and so show or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's supposed to be. Not this catty shit, talking about blah each other and all of that. Because not for nothing, it's us, us bloggers and creators. It's us against them. Because honestly speaking, they think that what we doing is whack.
That's true.
They don't care about what we do. They don't understand how much work it takes to put on a show. They don't understand that
because it's really a lot of work. With me, I don't mind like responding. Eventually, I would get out of. I'm still in the trenches, but I think that when you were coming up, there have always been friction. But I think it's more now because of the money. Like,
of course, yeah, everybody's greedy
because I think like the money kind of like changed the whole, the system of the brotherhood with bloggers and such. But yeah, because back in the day, you just did your content. There was really no blogger beef, and if it was, it wasn't so like live stream and on Twitter or Instagram. Now it's so many other entities. You have egos, and then you have people that would say, "Hey, I'm successful, but I don't want to shout you out because I don't want you to get my clout." You have that.
Right, exactly.
You have those that say, "Hey, I worked hard for my clout. I'm just not about to just give you a shout out to give you access because when I was coming up, I didn't have that type of access." But when I do this show, I've had produced the show, Two Man and Lady, and I've had people come through the show that even surpassed me in viewership. So I've always, and I'm going to bring that show back in March, where we bring when we bring talent that have a platform, don't have the many subscribers, and introduce them to a platform like myself, and then you may take an opportunity and spread your wings like a butterfly. So we have that as well. But I'm happy for my success, and of course, I've been in this business for a long time. You know how I've been through the trenches, been through ups and been through downs. And it's just good, to accomplish, 30,000. It's just good to have these accomplishments because it feels good, especially when you know that you have put time, money, sweat, blood, tears into this. Finally understanding the formula to get a formula that's actually working.
Yes, I mean, I'm elated. I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy for you. You know what I mean? And I want you to just continue to get 30 more thousand followers. You know what I mean? Get 1 million followers. That's what I want you to do because I remember when you was back home in Chicago, starting out doing this.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying, and look where you at now, boy.
Oh yeah,
man,
that's memories.
Look where you at right now.
I started in Chicago, and And now here in Dallas, in my own place, and my own show, own camera,
Oh,
like that. God have truly blessed. And you see, and
exactly.
it's good to see people that remember when you first was coming up. So I love that.
Right, exactly. But yeah, don't. I just wanted to call in and just give you drop some little jewels from
Yeah,
one
thank
creator
you
to
for
another
the
creator.
truth.
Yeah,
And you
don't pay attention to some
yes,
people.
absolutely. You definitely have to come on the show and show love. Like I said, you
I
are a
will.
legend.
I will.
You are a legend out here in these streets. So
Thank you. I will. I'll come on probably like in like April, March.
okay, April March. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that's what's up.
to promote what I'm going to be doing because I'm
Yes,
coming
sir.
back.
Okay, I can't
So
wait. I can't wait because it's needed because you represent New York. Where you from? Brooklyn?
no, I'm from Harlem, New York.
Harlem, New York. All right.
Yeah, Harlem, New
Legend
York. That's
out
right.
here. Thank you so very much. The Just Zoe Show.
Yeah. All right, man. So stay blessed
Say that,
and
brother.
keep on doing a great thing, man.
Yes,
Keep
thank
on
you.
entertaining and doing what you do. All
Yes,
right, brother.
thank you. Thank you. Bye bye, brother.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right.
So
Peace.
yeah, that's good. That's good to hear from you. Hear from my brother. I've been knowing that brother for a long time. And I used to watch his show because he would interview celebrities, all of that. And so love Just Zoe. I love that. Okay, now who is this hitting me up? See, I'm not sending you no pic. Let me block you off my jack. I'm gonna have to block this person because I'm not sending you a pic. I saw you at the gym. That was a one little conversation, but just because we talked in the locker room don't mean that I'm gonna send you a pic. Just don't understand that. What is so involved with sending pics? We had one little conversation. Now you want me to send you a pic. Not gonna happen. Not send you no pic. I don't do that no more. We had one little conversation, and I said, when I leave here, he gonna tell me to send a pic. And I'm not sending no pic. I haven't took a pic of my body parts in a long time. You gotta order it up. Just not gonna do it. Gotta oil it up. And I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna be body fishing. And he probably sleep because I was gonna bring one of my friends on. He probably know I'm live. I was gonna bring him on because I'm trying to get him on the show because the story time between us is gonna be iconic. Okay, he sleep. All right, or he watching. He don't want to come on camera. Yeah, so yeah, I'm on Jack, and I haven't brought nobody in my home. Like the people that you see, I've been knowing for years. You saw as you had a Lone John, so send that. He gonna respond fast. No, I'm not doing it. Not doing. I'm not showing him any of that. Like I'm not. And the only reason I'm on Jack is just for entertainment person. I love to be on there, and I should be. And of course, they send my stuff to Armon and stuff like that. Like, no, I see some of his supporters on there and blase, and I'm not. You ain't coming to my house. Not gonna happen. Okay. Of course, when he was live, they would say, "Oh, Wiley on Jack." Of course, I'm on Jack. I'm not gonna not be on Jack. Who cares? I'm on Jack. I'm on Grinder. I love being on those sites. I have my pictures on those sites, and I'm going to be on it. I got some other pictures. I found a sexy picture of me when my eyes were straight. I think my cousin, he knew I took some sexy pictures of me. So I might put that on my Jack profile. So, it was years ago. I've gained weight since. Yeah, but yeah, I love it. I love being on there, and I'm not going to stop being on Jack. It is what it is. I'm going to be on Jack. And it's going to be awesome. And if I do want to meet somebody, I don't know that, but it's been a while that I met. It was somebody that I do want to meet on Jack. And it's sad, like it was this person that would always come to my house, but he just could not take he just couldn't take no ride. And so I stopped talking to him because he can't take. And so he would come to my house. He wouldn't even warn me that he's coming over. and he was just come over. He could not take it. And I'm like, I can't deal with you. You can't take it. And an amazing kisser, but he just couldn't take the ride. So I'm like, if you can't take the ride, all right, I can't deal with it. Okay. All right. So definitely great for that way. All right. Thank you. Thank you to my cleaning staff that came over and cleaned. Actually, the cleaning staff was me because my friend said, "Who cleaned your apartment?" It was me. I cleaned it. Got candles. I actually went to Bath and Body Works, and I got this apartment smelling good. I was supposed to have some company coming over tonight, but they had no gas money. And then they said, and then they're gonna lie and say they have to go to work. So that's just how that goes. Okay. The timing out. Okay. Yeah. So we don't allow no free promo of other bloggers' name in the chat. All right. We already know that. No free promo. Okay. All right. So I pay for a cleaning person, but the cleaning person didn't come this time. I just did it because they don't come on the weekend. So I needed my place like deodorize and clean. And so I, got it all together. Now it's good. It ain't cluttered. So now I'm going to tackle my closet because I got clothes everywhere in that closet. I'm going to tackle that closet in a couple of days so I could be able to get into my closet because it's just crutches and everything up in there. So yeah, to get in that closet. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Wiley,
yeah.
How are you talking about you want to marry a woman, but you on Jack and Grindr?
Nothing wrong with me being on Jack or Grindr. I'm not gonna stop being on Jack. I'm not married yet. I'm still single. I'm not dating a woman, especially not one that's living in Dallas. So I'm on Jack and Grindr. I think it's entertainment. I love being on there. It is what it is.
So describe to us what involved, like what activities are going on your Jack and Grindr account.
I have to do that another day.
Give us the PG-13.
I can't do that. That's like for members only. I'll talk about it for members only.
I'm a member only.
I'll talk about it on members only. And you can ask me the question.
Okay. Tell us something else.
All right. Hold on. Oh, that's it. I'm about to take this other caller because I think they want to talk about the subject. But no, I just brought up Jack. He just reached out to me on Jack. So yeah, that's just how that go. Okay, let me go to the other call. She hung up. Hold on. Why did she hang up? Somebody just called. Hold on. Okay. Let me call because we got somebody just called and I want to make sure. Oh, you hung up. Why you hang up, brother? Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
What's up, Wiley?
Welcome.
Yo, why are you trying to charge the people for a prayer call, man? You trying to scam people, man?
I didn't charge nobody for no prayer call.
Come on, man. You said yesterday that you was charging people for your prayer call, man.
No, I said that we're doing a prayer call members only, but you can always send your prayer requests in freely. But we do a prayer call for members only for $4.99. But we also pray. I pray for people offline, pray for people when they call my 972-674-9462. If you need prayer, I'm going to pray. But what I said is we do have a prayer call on members only. And we do have that. And then we also have a prayer call to the general public. So we get very intimate.
For
$4.99.
For $4.99, right?
Not just for a prayer call. We do entertainment.
It's for $4.99 though, right?
$4.99. Do you have?
Yeah, like why are you charging the people? Like you're not even an ordained preacher. Like why are you trying to?
You don't have to be ordained.
I don't understand that, Wiley. I understand you grew up in the church, Wiley.
Was Jesus ordained?
You grew up in the church, Wiley. I get it, but you can't be charging people.
I can charge people all
$4.99 for a prayer. You're not even ordained.
That's a little about it.
Like make it make sense, Wiley.
You don't have to be ordained to pray to God.
Come on, man.
You don't have to be ordained to pray to God. So stop it. Okay? And so you can definitely do it on prayer, but you don't have to be ordained to pray. It don't say you have to be ordained to pray. But yeah, I charge $4.99 for my prayers because my prayers be answered. I was taking out the trash. No, glory to God. I was taking out the trash. And it was a box that a producer gave me. I'm not going to say her name. She gave me some tarot cards. You know who you are? They gave me them tarot cards. And I really didn't look in the box. I was about to throw that white box that the tarot card came in, and an envelope fell on my foot. An envelope came on my foot. And I said, let me open this card up. I opened up the card, and it was money in the card. Money. And I'm not talking money that make you go, hallelujah. Like I was throwing out the box in the trash. And the envelope came on my foot like, boom, and it was money in the envelope. God answered my prayers. Hello, man. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me? Can you mute me in the back?
Yes.
What are you doing? Are you at a kids game?
No, I'm not.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, that's much better. So first, I want to know why you're attacking a man of God, Larry Reid. He is a pastor. He's one of the good blacks, by the way. So why are you attacking him? You call yourself God-fearing, but you're attacking another God-fearing man. How dare you? How could you sit there and do that, huh? Anthony, I'm asking you a question.
First of all, I need you to mute yourself in the back, all right?
Everything is muted.
So first of all, do you have this energy for Tasha K?
Well, she's a liar. She's lying on him.
What about Levantre and Levantre's mother? What do you have to say?
He's lying. That? He's lying. He will reap what he sowed.
What about Levantre's
mother? He will reap what he sowed. He's lying.
What about Levantre's
mother? He's lying too. I don't believe none of the lies.
Did you watch the interview? Did you watch the interview?
Yes. They're lying. All of them are lying on the God-fearing man.
Did you watch the interview? I'm asking you the question.
I don't need to watch the interview to know they're lying.
Okay, again, I got to get you off because you watched the interview. Got to get you off, sis. You didn't do your homework. You can't say somebody lied if you didn't watch it. You got to do your homework. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. Hello.
Oh, you hung up on the chick.
Hello, welcome. Can you speak up in the phone? I can't hear you. All right, you got to speak up in that phone. I got to hear you. All right. So that's how that goes. But they don't call into Tasha K show. And call into that show. So that's just how that goes. But you don't need to be ordained to pray. You definitely don't need to be ordained to pray. Welcome to the Wiley Show. How you doing?
Okay, my bad. What is Larry doing? Is he contracting with a foreign troll farm to call all these different I mean, he couldn't afford no Americans. I mean, what is this? The blacks? Like, girl. I mean,
now she said
Larry. Yes, but Larry has outed everybody. I mean, everybody. And she got the nerve to call about a real victim.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, and can't even speak the blacks. He loves the blacks. Girl, y'all need to really. That money must be getting low, honey.
Yeah, and my thing is this. You know what I'm saying? We are following what the victim have said, and we're giving the victim a chance to be heard, and also the mother. And I speak to Bishop Carton Pearson because he did not, denounce these allegations, even bring these allegations up, because Bishop been bought and paid off by Larry, getting a platform, getting clicks and views, get on the record. And that's why you got to be careful getting it so attached with a person, because you don't want to call this predatory type of behavior. But this is very common in the church. Like, a lot of churches don't call out predators. They that's why they're allowed. We talk about the black church. I know they talk about the Catholic church, but I want to talk about the black church. Y'all think what's going on in the Catholic church is way worse in the black churches. The only difference is black folks just don't want to cooperate with authorities and say this have happened to me by Bishop so-and-so or Pastor so-and-so. but it happens in black churches. So I know a lot of people say, "Oh my God, this happened in the Catholic Church," but it goes on in Black Baptist churches and Kojic. Hell, one of the Kojic bishops, before he died in the 90s, he been violating young men, and then as soon as he came out and said that he did and he died, shortly after. And I forgot that bishop name. So if you Google a bishop, he was very popular in the Kojic church, and he was abusing. And we can even go back, and if they do a documentary on Reverend James Cleveland. His estate actually settled with some of his adopted sons that claimed that they got caught something from Reverend James Cleveland. So predators exist in the black churches. Not everybody's a predator, but predatory behavior do exist in the black church.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that, Larry, you can probably get a better troll farm than these foreigners calling in and saying the blacks and everything.
Yes.
Get your money up. Stop tricking it off.
Yes. Thank you. There was somebody else that was calling in. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Would you apologize once you find out?
I gotta let you go because you got me on speaker. No, I can't apologize right now. We're just following the thing about it. And I know people say, "Oh, Wiley's going to get a lawsuit." Again, you got to open up the files. Like, lawsuit for what? Levante testified that this happened to him. You must sue Levante. Why would you try to sue the Wileys or the Tashas and don't sue Levante? That doesn't make any sense. Wiley won't be saying what I'm saying, nor would Tasha K if it wasn't for Levante's words. So you got to sue Levante. You got to sue Levante's mother. And if you want to add Wiley to the lawsuit, that's your business. You're wasting your money because, again, we're going to go live. We're going to be talking about it. It's the same thing when you sue Daryl Moore in a lawsuit. So, we definitely going to talk about these things. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, it's
Hey.
me. I want to speak on, I just lost my train of thought. The previous caller before the crazy lady that's calling in, she kind of touched on something, and I just want to address the black community. I think it's terrible that we try to scapegoat, the white community for stuff that they do. Like, we know you got the priests and their whole, R-word conspiracies, but our black community, we're known for a lot of stuff too. I don't like how we try to sweep things under the rug. So I don't appreciate, Larry's congregation or his church or his supporters. I don't know what they're called. I don't appreciate them calling in trying to defend him. If this is something where a victim spoke out in detail on what they experienced, I think it's terrible for the black community to try to gaslight and victim blame and try to sweep it under the rug as if, oh no, black people and black churches are above these dark secrets. I think the dark secrets of the black church need to be unveiled and they need to be, exposed. And I appreciate your coverage on this issue. I think a lot of channels and reporters are kind of tiptoeing around it, like their interviews. I think they tiptoed around a lot of topics that should have been, a lot of questions. And, like I said, I just appreciate your coverage and I appreciate you helping expose the black church's dark secrets.
Thank
That's
you.
all.
Thank you so very much, man. Bye-bye. All right. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show. Can you speak up in the phone?
Can you hear me better?
Yes.
How you been doing?
Doing well. How you doing? Doing good.
All right, I'm doing well. Okay.
I need you to speak up in the phone. You sound so low. You sound
All right,
There.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, much better now. Go ahead.
Okay. I've been listening to your commentary, and you know me, me and you go back and forth from time to time. But I've been listening to your commentary, in these last couple of weeks, and I've been noticing how much you just been going in on Armon. And for you to sit there and say that you proud of Jason Lee for getting the exclusive, and everything like that. For me, how I read that, I read it as if that you're happy for Jason Lee because it's like, to you, it's like vindicating and like demanding dismissing Armon.
it's not genuine. It's like you're on him because of Armon. And I just feel like that's fake. And I feel like it's just a lot of jealousy there with that. And I feel the same way you feel like you was like that he's Tasha rejects and all that. I feel like you feel that Armon rejects you. And
he never rejected me. Yeah, we will continue to talk about Jason Lee. I think he's doing amazing, great things, and just like how you've been calling me privately to sing Armon Wiggins praises again. Maybe he'll make you a moderator, and I'll make sure I send him your number so he can call you, and maybe he can play with him.
Armon has my number, but that's either his number.
You can get turned on. Maybe y'all can drink some beer together. Who knows? But again, this is my show. I do my show that way. Team Jason Lee. Jason Lee going to continue to be successful, and we wish Jason Lee all of the success and all the best. Thank you, ma'am, so very much. And so hopefully this year you get Armon Wiggins' number, and you can play with yourself, and you can talk to Armon. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you so very much. Okay. At the end of the day, that person will call me in the middle of the night talking about Armon with how much she loves and she want to be a moderator. And he never makes her a moderator. So I'm gonna make sure I send her the number so we can have a conversation. Okay. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Yes. Why you keep hanging up on me?
All right. Thank you. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
First of all, Armon is not going to claim her. I don't know if she went to school and they taught her to pronounce her words backwards or whatever, because nobody can understand nothing that she's talking about. She sounds like she's speaking words backwards because she sounds dyslexic and all the rest of the slow categories that you can fit in. Girl, go to bed. Armon wouldn't even claim you. You probably one of those $4 girls he was cussing out yesterday.
Oh man, thank y'all so very much for tuning into the Wiley Show. But yeah, man, like they call me and they show love and they show support. I really love that. Hold on. I think we got another caller. Okay, we're done with the phone lines, you guys. The phone lines is closed. Okay. The phone lines is closed. Oh, man. So I have so many books here. You guys, I'm looking for a producer that we can hang out. So if you're in Dallas, if you like to go to the club, if you like to go to the bars, you like to go to the movies, I need a turn-up buddy. And I want one of my producers that want to hit me up. I need a turn-up buddy. Okay? One of my producers, because that want to turn up with me, that want to go to the club and all that, need a turn up buddy. A turn up buddy. Okay. All right. Turn up buddy. All right. Thank y'all so very much. So we need a turn up buddy. I'm in Dallas. Okay. But yeah, so thank y'all so very much for tuning in. We're getting so many phone calls from people. We've been on here for an hour and 43 minutes. We having a conversation. Thank y'all so very much. Again, justice for Levontre, justice for Levontre, and we will definitely do that as well. Thank you so very much. Answer the phone, crack lips. The phone lines is closed, Miss Jane. It's closed, low real Jane. It's closed. All right, the phone lines is closed. That crack lips. Did you want to call in? I'm sorry, it's closed. Thank y'all so very much. Little black boy, you're beautiful. Little black girl, you're enough. When things get hard, put God first. Thank y'all so very much. Also, if you want to contribute to the Wiley Show, the Cash App is $Marquise Wiley 28. Thank y'all so very much. Don actually sent his Cash App, and he sent me his information. So if anybody want to contribute to Brother Don that came on our show, He did send me his information today. So I'm going to drop his Cash App in here. So if anybody want to contribute to his channel, and he sent me his channel information. So if anybody want to definitely send him and support him, you can. I'm going to send that in there, his channel information. He's going to be back on the show talking about real estate. Okay. And I'll drop that as well. Thank y'all so very much for that way. Thank y'all so very much. Let me pin that really quickly. I'm going to pin that so y'all can definitely have that. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. So that's that to his podcast, and that's the supports over that way. Thank y'all so very much. This was a fun show. We will be back live tomorrow. We got a couple of church announcements now. I think about 15 or 16 people have already RSVP for Vegas. So we will be sending another email out soon once we get the party bus information. So sometime in February, we will send that out there. So we want to make sure that y'all have a certain amount of time to send your money in for the party bus. And that is going to be for the Vegas meet and greet. That is October 6th through the 9th. And you can email me at Wiley Show Productions, WileyShowProductions@gmail.com. That'll be October 6th through the 9th, 2023. We have about 15 people. I think today it'll make it 16 because somebody else said they're going to email me. So we have about 16 people that's going to come to Vegas. It's definitely going to be great. And we are definitely doing that as well. Thank y'all so very much for that way. The phone lines is closed. If y'all want me to reopen it, y'all have to Cash App. Because it's closed. We're done. We're doing closing announcements. Okay. Also, we will be meeting the subscribers in Dallas on February 11, 2023. And that will be at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. This will be the first meet and greet in Dallas that I'm doing. We're going to meet up at a chicken restaurant, eat some chicken, and have a conversation. And then later that night, we may go to the club or to the karaoke bar. That is on February 11, 2023 at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure y'all come through. If you're in Dallas, if you want to see me, that's February 11, 2023 at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be at a chicken restaurant, eat some chicken, and we'll be definitely doing that. So I want to see y'all in the building. Thank y'all so very much. Yeah, let me see the Cash App. And I'm talking about good money, and then we reopen the lines. Nope. All right. Okay, that will be on that way. Okay. Thank you so very much for the support. Looking forward to. I never met the subscribers in Dallas, so we're doing that on February, and so really great. And so the main event will be in Las Vegas, and so I'm excited for that. Also, I got a case for my phone. I went to where did I go? I went to Best Buy and I got a case for my phone, and went to got some other stuff at Best Buy. Got me some Beats headphones. So I went there. So thank y'all so very much. I would go if it was just you only. Yeah, come on. It would be great. Come on. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Like, come on and meet me. You know, eat some chicken and stuff like that. And if you say you wanna have a one-on-one time with me and we go up to the club or something, we you know, come on. You know, I want to see y'all. Okay. Yeah, come on. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And we'll have some chicken. We need y'all to actually go out and buy the chicken, and patronize the restaurant, and we'll be doing that. You know, the reason why I like this phone is because you can put your face and it unlocks. I love that about this new iPhone, and I don't know how to screen record on this iPhone. So I'm learning I need to learn how to screen record. So I got to learn how to screen record on here. But other than that, I like it because it's so big and it's so nice. And I like it when you can use the facial expression on there. So I love that. I think it's awesome. So yes. So it'll be great. So it'll be fun. No, y'all buy your own chicken. Y'all want y'all to go there and meet me and support that restaurant. We want to put money in that restaurant pocket. I love that restaurant. All right. So yes, I love that. And so I love the phone. I love the Face ID. It has been a while. I didn't even know they had a Face ID. They said swipe down from the top right. I don't see it. Okay, I gotta add it on there. I learned how to do it, so it's great. I love it. Wiley A, won't buy that man. No, I'm not buying. Y'all gotta buy. Y'all gotta buy your own chicken. Okay. Okay. All right. So somebody cash app us. So we're gonna open the phones back up. Because somebody cash app us. I put the flashlight on. Hold on. Give me a second. How do I turn the flashlight off? Okay. All right. So we're gonna open the phone lines back up. Okay. We're gonna take about 2 more callers. Okay. Give me a second while we get the phone lines back up. We're gonna take 2 more callers. All right. Give me a second. 2 more callers. Hold on 1 second. We're going to take 2 more callers. All right. Okay. We're going to take 2 more callers. All right. The number is 972. Okay. Somebody had cash up us. Thank you so very much because, money is time. Okay. All right. So we're going to take 2 more callers. All right. The number is 972-674-9462. Okay. Somebody just called. Let me see. Let me see. Let me call it back.
Little black boy, you're beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. Go stream my EP.
Hello?
Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley. Thanks for calling me back.
Yes.
I just wanted to point something out. I've been listening to the show, and you actually call him a predator, right?
I said it's predatory type of behavior. It's all alleged, it's predatory type of behavior.
I actually heard you call him a predator.
It's predatory type of behavior because, again, what Levante, did you watch the interview with Levante? Did you watch the interview, ma'am? Hello, you there? Ma'am? Hello? Did you watch the interview with his mother? Child, y'all got to be ready if y'all trying to defend him. The phone went out. So, yeah, that predatory type of behavior. I'm like, come on. Yeah, she haven't watched the interview, so you can't be trying to be on somebody. You ain't watched the interview. All right, we need 2 new callers, okay? All right. 72. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, why did you hang up on me?
You asked a question. What I said is, did you watch the interview? Yes or no?
There was a point in time when people said that you are.
You gotta watch the interview. You got to watch the interview. Okay, we ain't talking about what Wiley and blase. You gotta watch the interview. Okay, you gotta watch the interview. If you didn't watch the interview, you can't give an opinion. I watched the interview. I paid somebody paid $12.99, and we watched the interview, and we did reviews on the interview. I think Larry Reid did not handle it right. He had serious allegations against him. He did not handle it right. He started to bring somebody on the show, and they started talking about sex, about what he liked to lick on, what he liked sprayed in his face. He did all this type of stuff. So he didn't handle it right. You got Levantre's mother saying that she believed her son was violated by Larry Reid. You got Larry Reid's brother to believe that. People fail to realize that Levantre told his brother, his oldest brother, and Levantre told his mother. His mother didn't believe it because she stopped attending the church. So this is about Levantre. And I feel that some of y'all will allow y'all mothers, or I'm sorry, your children to be violated. And if they're your pastor, you take your pastor's side, or your brother, you take your brother's side. Or if it's your man, you take your man's side. So I don't understand. This is all about Levantre. And we will continue to defend and allow this victim to say what he have to say. And again, Levantre's mother did an interview, and she literally, continued to go to church, to Larry Church, after he violated her son. So she represent a lot of the black women that feed their children to the enemy. And so we must continue to put Levantre out there. That's why we tweet about Levantre. That's why we text people about Levantre. And we tell people this story deserves to be heard. And yes, did we send it to other preachers and pastors and other emails? We have. Did we send it to BET leadership team? We have. We also send it to their media folks. We have. Their social media folks. We have. And they still have not came out with a statement. This is really sad. But R. Kelly was able to violate someone's daughters for years. Not only daughters and sons for years, without even bringing any type of justice. It took him 30 years to get in prison. 30 years. So within that 30-year span, look how many victims that he accumulated. So we don't want this to be 30 years for Larry Reid, let's just say, if he is guilty, to finally get justice 30 years later, because that allows you to violate so many people. And clearly you can see the wife feels that Larry did something wrong because her whole aura and attitude change. Clearly she ain't sharing nothing because she been bought and paid for by Larry. She's a little confused because she wanted a woman, then she wanted a man, then she back with the man, then she ain't with him, then she did, that's some tea there. So again, it's justice for Levantre. And whoever have something to say, again, that victim testified. And he said these things happened to him. And Larry said he was going to sue Levantre and drop the suit with Levantre. Dropped it. So, and then he said, well, I'm going to sue him back. And then if let's say if he sued Natasha Kays, or if he sued whomever, that's going to bring more eyeballs and ears that make him look more guilty. Do you understand the process of it with a lawsuit? Like, he sued Daryl Moore. Daryl Moore didn't have no money. He didn't want to fight it anymore. He hired an attorney. He didn't want to fight it. But suing like Tasha or Bishop Whitehead, they're going to fight that. And so it's going to bring more eyeballs and ears to the situation. And it's going to be years. It's a long, expensive thing. And then you have to sue that person in state court, because you can't sue them in federal court, because federal court have a certain threshold that you have to meet in federal court. So you would have to sue this person in Texas. You have to sue another person in New York. Then you have to sue another person in Florida. So you're suing people in 3 different jurisdictions, meaning that you're going to have 3 different attorneys in state court to sue them. And if you want to have money to waste, go and waste it. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to sue people in, state court. You have to sue. You got at 3 different places: one in Texas, one in Florida, one in New York. So if you have all that money to sue people simultaneously, that's going to make people talk about you. You look more guilty, and then you don't sue Levantre. That doesn't make any sense. You don't sue Levantre, but you're suing the Tashas, the Wileys, the Bishop Whitehead, but not Levantre, the person that's making the allegations. So that's what I'm not understanding here. Not suing Levantre. You went on Armon show. Storming Armon. That didn't go nowhere. You went to the employee, didn't go anywhere. These allegations are still out there, and she still got another part to release. It made Larry look guilty. And got a whole nother episode to be released. And then you have backtracked it on so many things. And these allegations are still out there to the point you're hiding. He was at Leandria party in shades in the dark. It's like he's hiding because of these allegations. I wouldn't even want to show my face at no birthday. Celebrating for what? You got allegations on you, and these allegations have not gotten resolved because you had the perfect opportunity to sue Levante. Once Levante responded to the complaint, that's when you say, I'm going to drop the lawsuit. And then say, oh my gosh, you don't stay in Georgia. But the man posted his information. You could have continued it, but you dropped it. And then say, okay, we're gonna file in the right jurisdiction. Okay, you know where he stay at, but you still haven't filed it. And then now the mother is talking. And she was a member of your church, and then said the things that you was preaching against, you're doing the same thing. The phone lines is open, you guys. Y'all just gotta call in. The same thing that you're preaching against, you're now wearing tattoos and wearing earrings and all things. Hey, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Okay, we one little thing here. The accuser responded to the lawsuit, so he can't say he didn't have the address, because he dismissed it for jurisdiction. So that means that he knew where the accuser lived. He just filed it in the wrong court. So all this talk about, we can't find out where he lives. How? When he responded with a 26-page response. And then all these people supporting Larry in the chat, if a woulda, shoulda, coulda. Oh, he's going to file. He's going. But he managed to be on all these channels in everybody's chat. But he skipped over refiling that lawsuit, didn't he? So y'all just keep cheering for a person that might sue people.
Yeah, that might sue. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that is so true. Like, might sue. Like, oh, one day he might sue this. Where he gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? And suing the bloggers is making that you're trying to use the courts to silence your critics. You know what I'm saying? But that's a process. Okay? Like, you're trying to silence your critics. Like suing Wiley, that's content. Because everybody's going to talk about it. Because you sued Wiley, that's news. And then when we in front of the judge, I'm going to say, Your Honor, Levante said these allegations, and as media, we are reporting on this case. Right? We're going to talk about it. You're going to sue me in state court. You got to serve me. We got to get in front of you got to have a hearing, get in front of the judge. That's more content. And then we're going to have discovery because we go into trial. We ain't going to settle. If I have to represent myself, I want to go to trial because this is all some good clicks and views. Then you got to sue Tasha. She's in Florida. So you got to have 3 separate legal teams. A legal team for New York, a legal team for Georgia, a legal team for Texas. All of these legal teams that you're going to have to afford. And then it's going to be more bloggers talking about this case. Because you're suing it in court, and they're going to continue to talk about it. And then it's going to be more pressure on BET to drop you. That's going to fuel the Wileys and the Tashas and the Bishop to continue to bring justice and awareness to Levante. So he telling y'all, but if he do got money, that's a lot of money that you gonna have to spend. You understand how expensive that be? You got to sue Wiley in Texas. You got to sue Tasha in Florida. You got to sue Bishop Whitehead in New York. That's a whole lot of suing. And I'm going to be there with my suit on because it's going to be some content. That's it. And then the judge going to get tagged. It's going to be a waste of time because I'm going to be representing myself. I'm poor. He going to try to get this off his docket saying that y'all go and mediate, that y'all not talk about each other. But I ain't going to agree to that because it's content. I want to just go right to trial. I don't care if I lose. I just want to be in the courtroom with the doctor to ask him these tough questions under oath. Did he do it? So we gonna be right. I'm not gonna settle for what? Settle for losers. I'm gonna see it right to say, Your Honor, I don't want to settle. Let's take this to trial. Let's get in front of a jury. And let's see who that jury gonna believe. And we're gonna get a click of the view. And if I lose, I lose. Garnish my YouTube chat. Who gives a darn? But you're taking more of a risk because you got to spend all of that money. And I'm going to still be out here talking unless I get a gag order. Yeah. Then I go back to the nursing home, clean some butt. It is, got sued by Larry Reid. Things happen. Go back, change some diapers. But what I'm saying, if you sue, that makes you look more guilty because you're trying to silence me. And he's not going to do that. That's a lot of money. Sue me. Got to sue Tasha. Got to sue Whitehead. I'm talking to the news in Texas. Talking to the radio show. I'm gonna use this for clout. Cause this is an early Christmas gift. Think I ain't gonna talk to people talk to different churches? So if you got that type of money that you're willing to throw away, then throw it. But you have to prove that your reputation is harmed. But these are not my words. These are Levante's words. This is what Levante said. Levante's mother said. So I'm going to be talking to a lot of people because more people are going to be more interested because when you sue bloggers, it's news. Just like when Ms. Robbie sued that other lady, Philly Phil, she just took the video down and her platform just went decline in viewership. Not me. Hello? Hold on, let me take these headphones off. I'm sorry. I'm still doing my show. Hello? Oh, yeah, I got plenty of that. I don't know. You have to look at it and see for yourself. Okay. All right. That's my lawyer. All right. Because, sue, because like people say, oh, he's going to sue Wiley. And I told this person, I say, if he sue me, I didn't do anything wrong. But go ahead. Let's have discovery. Let's get in front of the judge. Larry bring his lawyer. I bring my lawyer. Right? We raise the money because then I can raise more money because people are going to be interested. This is some good content. Many other people get to come in, watch it, to watch the show and entertain and all that type of stuff. Go right ahead. But he's not going to sue. That means you have to serve me. Then I'm gonna fund the money and say, I need a lawyer, you guys, and then y'all gonna give y'all money because I have an audience because y'all gave me money for the library, and I know y'all gonna give me a lawyer to represent in this lawsuit because y'all paid the $30,000 for the library, so I know y'all got the money because it don't make any sense to sue Wiley. So somebody said he gonna sue you. Well, sue then. That's civil. You have to prove your case in front of the judge. You got to get on the docket. But if you sue Wiley and not Tasha, then you're guilty. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Okay? You can't go to jail for a civil lawsuit. Okay. Civil is money. Criminal is criminal. Okay? So if you sue, go right. You have a right to sue, but that doesn't mean that you're going to win. Because I'm not Daryl. All right? So it is somebody say he gonna sue, because that's what they always say. Like, I'm gonna run and hide. Well, go and serve me then. Serve me. Who cares? Serve Tasha and Bishop Whitehead. Not gonna make people talk about it more. Like, what do you have to hide? And you're not suing Levante. All right? You didn't sue Levante. You guys. And I know it's other people, they were saying that you, Erp said he didn't say your name. That is a part of it, but that's not the complete story. The complete story, when these allegations came, he failed to address Patreon. He failed to address, because of the backlash that he received. Then he responded, went behind the Patreon. That was a disaster. All of those things. If you sue the Wiley, broke. Sue Levante, broke. You're suing broke people. You're spending the thousands because you're paying for the lawyers. You're paying for all that. And then you're going to act. And then if you get a judgment to get your lawyer fees paid back, that's a lengthy process because they broke. Okay? And then you paying these sharecropper bloggers. Do you really have the money for all them lengthy lawsuits? Okay? So we're going to see about that. That's very expensive. And you ain't got loan money like that to have 3 different lawsuits and then have to have 3 separate trials. You know how expensive that is? And then he going to be begging you LRLers, y'all, this is the good doctor. We need some more money. We need some more money. So we thank y'all so very much. Shout out to the producers in here. I love y'all so very much for the support. Thank you all for my leader. We're going to be going to church in Dallas. I get fitted for some suits on tomorrow. I'm not going to publicly say the church that I'm joining because I want to be privately joined in private. So if I do see some producers, you can come speak to me, but address me as Brother Wiley. So I'm definitely doing that. Coming in, supporting a church I don't know which church home I'm gonna go to, but I do have one in mind, and I in the process of trying to be an ordained minister. So I'm going to be taking some classes and everything like that because I want to take that serious and get into my call is to preach the word of God. So if you do see me in person, call me Brother Wiley. Don't be take a picture, Wiley. I love you. Like I'm in church. Some of y'all might see y'all at this church that I'm going to. Don't try to take no picture when I'm shouting. I want to be in church. I hope I don't see no producers in the church. I just hope that I can just go there and be free and be there and be able to praise the Lord, have some me time with me and God. And I don't have to worry about seeing the producer. Hey, Wiley, let me take a picture. I love you. I love the Wiley Show. I want to be in private. So I'm not going to say the name of the church. I'm going to go to very, very private for as well. So if you see me, just say, how you doing, Brother Wiley? Don't ask me for no picture because we at church. So we're definitely doing that as well and having a good time. I'm not going to be on Jack. Wait a minute, that guy. I'm not going to be on Jack and church. I'm not going to be in Jack and church. I promise you I'm not. I'm not going to do it. Make sure you stand when you arrive. Yes, I'm going to have a good time at church. I'm trying to get into the ministry. So I need to be on a man of God, not a woman of God, because I don't believe in women preachers like that. I'm starting to believe in women preachers, but I'm a traditionalist. I'm from the old school. I love men preachers. So I'm going to be talking to a lot of the preachers, getting the rhyme and all of that. And so we definitely, so if you see me out in person, just call me Brother Wiley. And we're definitely doing that. Okay. I ain't gonna make no promise. I'm not gonna be on Jack in church. All right. I'm not gonna make no promises. I can't make any promises. But I don't know if I could be on Jack in church. Can I be on Jack in church? I don't know. Can I be in Jack in church? I don't think so. No, I don't usually be on Jack in church. I don't think so. Hello? All right. All right. All right. Thank y'all so very much. We've been here for 2 hours. I gotta go. All right. No, sir. Sneaky Lee calling. Hello? Yeah.